Hey guys! Okay, today we're going to be doing this really cute Christmas boot. This is a pre-made sketch template that I have made. If you want this exact template, I will link it in the description. But I'm going to I printed it out and I'm just going to use a piece of carbon paper and I'm tracing out my boot here really quickly, really easily. Just tracing it all on there. I love taking out all of the guesswork when it comes to creating a sketch, because if your sketch or your drawing for your painting is off, like, it's kind of like trajectory, you know? If you're off when you're starting this journey, some people, like I've heard in, I don't know if it was in school or whatever, but if you're off by like a couple degrees when you're starting your trek, your journey, you're off by a couple degrees. The farther you go, the more off track you're going to be. So that's kind of like when it comes to painting. If you start your painting off track and your sketch is a little off, now I don't want you to think that you have to be super perfect, but if your proportions are a little bit off or some things are a little bit off, the further you get in your painting, like, the more off track you're going to be. So I really want to set you guys up for success and to have great, beautiful paintings. So that's why I wanted to do these little sketches for you and show you that it is so fun and easy. It's kind of like a basically, okay, so here's my thing, and then I sketched it out. It's right there. So cute. I wanted to just show you guys that these are just so fun. You can basically treat these as a paint by number or a coloring book, and you can paint anything you want. You can paint these any colors that you want or love. So I'm going to start by painting in my underpainting. A lot of artists like to use an underpainting because it sets the tone for your piece. And yeah, I'm going to use like a muted green teal color. It's very watered down. You don't want to use too thick of paint where you can't see your sketch, and you don't want to use too thin of paint where we're not going to be able to paint on top of this, because we're going to paint an alla prima technique today, which means wet on wet. I mean, yeah, so this is not that dry. Now, I'm going to decide what I'm going to do with my boot. I want my tree to be green, so maybe we'll just start there. I'm going to do a green tree and then see how it's going. So I'm just going to grab my green, paint in my tree. It's a little bit too green, so I'm going to grab some brown and red. Need a little more green. Where did I put it? So I'm mixing some brown with my green, some like alizarin crimson with it, which is a wine color, just to make it a little bit darker. Going in with my tree. Oh yeah, I like that. It's a very foresty green color. Just getting my tree. Perfect. I'm going to do the bottom little lip of my boot this color, just to tie it in to everything else. Now I'm going to take brown, just plain brown, and I'm going to do my tree trunk and my heel of my boot. So actually I'm going to do brown mixed with a little white. I'm going to do the heel of my boot brown with a little bit of white, and my tree trunk. tree trunk. Okay, that is so cute. Now I think I want to do this part of my boot pink, this part of my boot like a minty teal color. So I'm going to start with that minty teal color. I'm going to grab some white, green, and a little bit of teal. So it's basically like our background color plus white. Mix up a really pretty minty teal color. Just painting that on my main part of my boot. I'm going to do this top part white and the scallop white. Kind of touched my green a little bit, but that's okay. Adds a little character. Okay. Next, I'm going to grab a warm colored white and just do that scallop in that top part of my boot like I just mentioned. This is just kind of white mixed with a little bit of yellow ochre, just to give it like a stand out. To stand out from my background color. Going around those little peppermints at the top, doing that little top edge. Cute. Now I'm going to paint in my pink here. So this I'm going to do a lighter, or I don't know, what kind of pink is this? I'm going to do this pink. It's like a brighter pink. Yeah, I love that. I'm going to go in and scallop those edges. Just painting it in like a coloring book almost. Okay, so now I need my star to be kind of like a brighter yellow. I'm going to mix that with just a tad bit of white. On my star. I'm going to take this in and do some little Christmas lights. Like that. Then I'm going to take my really small brush up here and I'm going to go ahead and add my red. This is my peppermints. I'm going to add my red peppermints in here. Alternating my colors with my peppermint. Red, skip, red, skip, red, skip. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit of those red ornaments on my tree, not too many, just kind of dotting them around like that. Now I'm going to go in, grab some plain white. I'm rinsing off my brush really good so I don't have any red left on it, and I'm going to finish up those peppermints. Plain white, alternating those peppermints. And I'm going to take that plain white and come down my strap there, and then kind of highlight my boot bottom here with those scallops. Get the toe highlighted there. Maybe a little brush on the bottom of my boot. Back. Okay, next I'm going to add a little bit of lighter pink and lighter blue. So I'm just going to take a little bit of white, make a lighter color of my pink, just add some kind of like fun highlights to that front heel part. Okay. And then same thing with my blue. I'm going to grab some white, make a lighter blue, add some highlights. Whoops. Boot. Like that. Okay, so next I need to decide what I'm going to do for my background color. So I want my background color to be maybe more of a minty green. So I'm going to go over, get some plain green, start mixing in some white with it. So I have two separate little piles here, white and green. I'm going to start with my green and then start gradually adding in my white until I get a pretty color I like for my background. I want it to be a little more, well, you know what? Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I like that. I like to put a little bit darker shades in the background and then lighten up towards the front of my painting. So just going around a little boot. Like that. And get some on this bottom part. It's looking really cute.